Good evening and welcome back to Be Rich. Today I want to talk about this oil cap that the West has introduced and is going to come into effect tomorrow. And what it says is that crude oil from Russia cannot be supplied at more than $60. And as long as it's below $60, supply is allowed. There is also saying that European insurance can only insure the shipments if they are at 60 or below. And therefore, they think they have prevented Russia from selling at higher prices, and therefore, they will choke the Russian economy. In response, the Russian president Vladimir Putin has signed a decree. The decree forbids any Russian company from selling oil to a country which obeys the price cap. What Russia is saying is, if you obey the price cap, we will not sell oil to you. This is what he is saying. But then he has made an exception that in whatever has been applied in this decree can be exempted for some special cases. Observers in Europe and United States feel that this escape clause has primarily been given to two countries, namely India and China. India and China are the major buyers of Russian crude. In fact, India has bought in 10 months what it has not done in 10 years. And China is also a big buyer of Russian crude. Now, what Kremlin feels is that as long as India and China continue to buy, it should not have any problem. The main crude oil supplied by Russia is the Ural crude. The Ural crude is anyway selling for less than $60. And therefore, even if it is sold at $60 and the price goes up, that should not be any problem for the Russians. Why will not be there be a problem for the Russians? Because the Russians believe that their budget for 2023 was made with $70 a barrel as the export price. If India and China continue to buy at $60, Russia does not foresee to a big problem because it thinks it can manage a $10 cap. Therefore, they believe they have nothing to worry. Also, the Russians have now assembled a shadow fleet of containers on the ships which can ship their goods up to the shores from where Indian and Chinese containers or vessels can pick it up. This is what they are planning. Therefore, they believe that this price cap put by the West on Russia is not going to have any major impact. They believe that the gas and oil from Russia will flow as normally to the rest of the world. Ever since the war in Ukraine has broken out, 83 to 84% of all Russian fuel exports, both natural gas as well as crude oil, has been primarily to Asian nations. Asian nations being euphemism primarily for India and China, and very little to Europe. Only 17% of their total sale is in Europe. They believe this balance solves most of their problems and there will not be a major shortfall in revenue. Thus, the Russian experts believe that the idea that the West has that they will choke the Russian market and the economy by choking the purchase of oil or supply of oil and natural gas into world markets and push the Russian economy into further deep recession is something that is not going to happen. In fact, if what the Russians calculate that this $10 price gap per barrel can be comfortably managed, then we are in for a long drawn conflict between Ukraine and Russia hitting a stalemate at some time. Whether Putin is able to supply oil to Asia at the price below 60 and sustain himself is something that we have to wait and watch. But we speak, the prices of natural gas not only in Russia but across the world has fallen. In fact, the price of natural gas has gone back to pre-Ukraine war years. That is, Europe is now able to buy natural gas at a price which is far lower than what it was a short span ago. In fact, at most places, Europe will be able to buy at the pre Ukrainian war level. This is primarily because the world's economy is expected to cool down substantially next year, with Chinese demand almost evaporating because of the COVID pandemic, and also the fact that European and China and American markets are slated to have Russia, France, and Britain are already in recession. Germany's growth has come to a standstill, and there is expected to be recession in America because the Fed has said it will not done with tightening. With all this, the International Atomic Agency has forecast a further fall in demand of crude and natural gas. This has meant that natural gas prices, which went through the roof because Russia was the main supplier to Europe, has fallen back to pre COVID levels, with Qatar and other Middle East countries ready to step up supplies in LNG forms to these countries. Therefore, there have been two developments in the world. One, which says that the Russians will not be affected by the sanctions and they will be able to manage their budget even by selling dollar at crude at $60, which is what they are doing at this time. At the same time, as natural gas prices collapse, Europe will heave a heavy breath of relief because they believe that their inflation fight will be aided by the falling gas prices. Because, especially in England, it was rising natural gas prices that put heating bills and energy bills into a big orbit, from which meant that inflation was going through the roof. Corrections in the price of natural gas means that heating and energy supplies will be back to normal, and it looks like Rishi Sunak has had a lucky break. But these are very early days. Prices are volatile. We'll have to wait and watch whether Sunak is the lucky one, or indeed whether Putin is able to manage the economy and manage to sustain this war for a longer period of time. That is only question which time alone can answer. Thank you for watching Be Rich. If you like this content, hit the like button, press the subscribe button of my channel and turn on the bell notification. If you do not turn on the bell notification, you will be not notified every time we put out a video. Once again, I thank you for your support for Be Rich. You have another duty. Kindly pass this on to your friends and relatives and persuade them to see this channel. Thank you for supporting Be Rich. I want to thank all of you for supporting our event in Oman with great enthusiasm. A lot of people turned up in Oman, and a place where I don't have much influence. I wish to thank all of you for your support. The next event is going to be in Qatar, Doha. The event is scheduled for the last week of January. Those who would like to meet me in person in Qatar, Doha, or come to our event in Doha can send their request to the mail ID given below or contact the WhatsApp number flashing on the screen. My team will respond to you. See you in Qatar in the last week of Jan. It's a great privilege and honor that so many of you in thousands have subscribed to my channel and have supported me. I have written two books in English, The Alchemy of Money and Ordinary Stocks, Extraordinary Profits. These books are published by us and are ready. If you want to procure a copy, send us a message to the WhatsApp number given below and my team would respond to you. If you want an Amazon Kindle copy, you can click the link below. Finally, those who wish to consult with me can send a mail to berichenglish@gmail.com. Once again, I thank you for your support. If you like this video, press the subscribe button of my channel, hit the like button and turn on the bell notification.